Good morning, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Wednesday, May the 13th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, well, let's check and see where we left off the market yesterday, then we'll get into the futures and see what's happening here pre-market. So far, the SPX, as of yesterday, the monthly chart is below the mid-Bollinger Band, so we had a rough day yesterday, down 60 points, so we'll see if they try to rally it back up today. Weekly chart again, the big shooting star from 2 weeks ago is still in effect, as we haven't taken out that upper shadow yet, and we still have this looming Harami cross up here, which gives another key level than the 30 weekly moving average, which we're tracking here on the weekly chart. Daily chart, nasty pullback yesterday, big range, 76 points, down 60 points on the day after the gap up. And pretty interesting stuff, right? So we're still in the trend box right here, right? Here's your upper trend line, right? We worked our way down. This gave us a pivot level here to put the trend box around. We've got to get over this high to shift that trend line over. Otherwise, we're still in here. So we'll see if we get any follow through the downside. We've got the 21 moving average, the 21-day moving average right here at 28.40. Bottom of the trend box is right here at 27.97 and 85 cents. And you got the top of the cloud right here too at like 27, about the same level. So that should be pretty interesting too. To see where that goes, see what kind of follow through we get. So today, Powell is talking at 9 o'clock. So let's see if that squirrels things up a little bit and throws a wrench in things, as it probably will. So again, we're also below the 200-day moving average and above the 50 moving average here on the SPX. Let's switch over to the SPY and see how things are looking here pre-market. So let's take a look here and see. So 15-minute chart. So we rallied a little bit off of the lows last night. So we had this pretty crazy drop. We continue to drop a little bit into the after hours, and then we're rallying a little bit this morning. So let's see if it can hold. It's basically we're in a channel right now. So let's see if I can continue to hold that into the open with some potential upside momentum to at least try to claim 50% of this downside move here. So let's take a look here, and we got this right here. So 50% of the move is, if we want to do a 50% retracement, we would get up to this 28.76 level, 28.77-ish area from the big move down from yesterday. So, depending where you start it, right? The first real drop was off of this guy right here. So you could put your retracement right there, which means we already hit it. So anyway, pretty interesting stuff. Let's see how that goes in today on the ES. So right now with the ES, we will continue to track this here to the upside and go from there. So let's get a fresh, clean chart on this one. We got this here. To there. So just kind of channeling up here this morning on the ES. MES, same thing, right? So same exact setup right here. So just tracking these here to the upside to see how that goes throughout the day. We may pull back, may see a bounce. So we'll see what Powell has to say this morning going into that. Let's take a look at the Qs. So they've been essentially leading the market up, right, with all the tech doing really well, right? It's been above its trend line the entire time, so it pulled back yesterday to its upward trend line at about the ADMA right here and the prior resistance level. So see if all this holds as support today, as it still has an open gap above. The IWM, again, yesterday tried to make a move with a little bit of a gap up, and then it really flushed back in, so it's still within this macro triangle here on the IWM. Apple. Up a little bit pre-market right here, but remember we said let's watch out for this this geometric line up here. It's a macro trend line here from the highs, right? So we got to there yesterday, found a little bit of resistance. So let's see how we're doing today. So it's trying to gap up, trying to push its way up here in the early morning session. So let's see if it can do that. Tesla, that is actually up pretty decently right here. It's already reclaimed the entire drop-down range from yesterday. So let's see if that gets any more strength into today. And a couple other ones that are going to be on kind of the 15-orb radar today. So Grub should be interesting. That was hot yesterday, so keep an eye on that one. Also Uber as well. That should be interesting too. That could get some activity today just based on yesterday's movements and volatility. Not many earnings today, but we have TSEM, Tower Semiconductor. It's gapping up a little bit here. It's still got a lot of work to do. It's barely over the pre-market levels from yesterday. But if it gets up a little bit, you got an open gap right here, so it could be interesting to see how that one trades today. Roku with an offering. Doesn't seem to really have affected much here, so it was down a little bit pre-market, and it seems to be kind of balancing itself out here. Maybe it wasn't as big as people thought. And let's see, Beyond, nice recovery from yesterday too. So that looks pretty strong going into today. It's on our bullish radar as well. Z, Lots of volume pre-market. It was down a bunch here pre-market. So we'll see. I don't believe there was any news on it there, but it just had a lot of activity here this morning. At 3 a.m., they said they did a public offering, 380 million class. So they did an offering this morning too. So that was down as well, kind of like a Roku style. And then last but not least, let's take a look at JD. So JD had an upgrade this morning, so that's up pretty nicely here off of its drop yesterday. So it's right now it's dealing with yesterday's highs. So let's even get above those at some point today, and it might get. Let's see if we can go right. Let's put a channel right there. So let's see if that gets interesting here today for potential 15 or move on that upgrade. So good stuff, guys. Well, I hope everybody has a great trading day today. Stay healthy out there. Remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys.